How many times have you heard the number $2 million? The financial experts on television and social media keep repeating it as if it is the only way to survive in modern America. They tell you that if you do not have $2 million in your bank account, you will never be able to stop working. But let me ask you a very honest question. When you hear that massive number, does it feel like a goal you can actually reach? Or does it feel like a heavy weight pressing down on your chest? For most people in their 50s and 60s, that number is not just a target. It is a source of constant and unnecessary anxiety. You look at your retirement account and you see a few $100,000 and you feel like you have failed. You feel like you are behind and you worry every night that you will eventually become a financial burden to your children. But today, I want to tell you that you are being lied to by a multi-billion-dollar industry. The companies that manage your money want you to be afraid because fear keeps you investing in their expensive and complicated products. The truth is much more realistic and much more encouraging than what the so-called experts are telling you. You do not need $2 million to have a comfortable, safe, and dignified retirement. In fact, for many of you watching right now, your path to freedom is already much closer than you could ever imagine. In the next 10 minutes, we are going to look at the real math, the real numbers, and the secret weapon that most experts completely ignore. Let us start by looking at why everyone is so obsessed with the $1 million milestone in the first place. Financial advisors often charge a fee based on the total amount of money they manage for you. Naturally, they want that number to be as high as possible so they can collect a larger paycheck. But does the average person actually retire with $2 million? The data from the Federal Reserve shows a completely different story from the one you see on the news. The typical household headed by someone around the age of 62 actually has between $185,000 and $200,000 in their retirement accounts. That is not millions. It is a small fraction of what the television experts say you must have. Yet millions of people are retiring every year, and they are finding ways to live happy and stable lives. How is this possible? It is possible because the experts are calculating your retirement needs based on a luxury lifestyle that most people do not actually want or live. They assume you want to spend $100,000 a year while traveling the world on expensive cruises and staying in five-star hotels. But when we look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, the average retired household spends about $60,000 per year. That amount covers your housing, your health care, your groceries, and your leisure time. It is a comfortable, normal, and very achievable life. And once you realize that $60,000 is the real target, the math starts to change dramatically in your favor. Now let us talk about your secret weapon, which is Social Security. Many people are terrified that Social Security will simply disappear, but it remains the strongest backbone of the American retirement system. For a married couple, the average Social Security benefit is approximately $48,000 per year. Even if we use a more conservative estimate of $45,000 per year, look at what that does to your personal math. If you need $60,000 to live comfortably and Social Security provides $45,000, you only have a gap of $15,000 left to fill. That is only $1,250 per month that your savings need to produce. To fill a $15,000 gap using the classic 4% withdrawal rule, you do not need $2 million. You only need $375,000 in your investment account. If you have $500,000, you are actually in a very strong and secure position. A $500,000 portfolio, withdrawing 4%, gives you $20,000 a year. Combine that with $45,000 from Social Security and you have $65,000 of total annual income. That is more than the average retired household spends in an entire year. And remember, if you wait until you are 70 years old to claim your Social Security, your benefit increases by 8% for every single year you delay. That is a guaranteed return that no stock market or cryptocurrency can ever promise you. This means that by simply being patient and waiting a few extra years, you can reduce the amount of savings you need even further. Compounding is not just a game for young people in their 20s. If you are 55 years old today and you have $200,000, letting that money grow for 10 years without touching it could turn it into $400,000 by the time you are 65. You are not behind. You are just in the middle of the most important part of your financial journey. The key is to stop comparing yourself to the outliers and start focusing on your own reality. So, how do you take control of this plan and make it work for your specific life starting today? The first step is to stop the cycle of lifestyle creep that happens in our later working years. Many people think that retirement is the time to spend more, but it is actually the time to spend with more intention and intelligence. The biggest expense for almost every retiree is housing. If you are currently living in a large family home with several empty bedrooms, you are paying for space you no longer use. Downsizing to a smaller and more efficient home can unlock a massive amount of cash that is currently trapped in your walls. We call this the home equity harvest, and it can be the ultimate game changer for your retirement. Moving to a state or a city with lower taxes and lower costs of living can also give you an immediate raise without working another hour. This is often called geographic arbitrage. Imagine selling a home in a high-cost area and buying a beautiful, smaller home in a more affordable area for half the price. Suddenly that extra cash goes straight into your investment account and your monthly bills disappear. Another powerful strategy is to look at your daily habits with a fresh pair of eyes. Small changes in how you shop, how you eat, and how you travel can add up to thousands of dollars in savings every single year. These are not sacrifices, they are deliberate choices that buy you your freedom. Freedom from the stress of a job you no longer enjoy, and freedom from the fear of the unknown. Some retirees even choose to work a few hours a week at a job they truly love, not because they have to, but because it brings them joy and social connection. Even an extra $500 a month from a part-time hobby can significantly reduce the pressure on your investment portfolio. As we come to the end of this discussion, I want you to take a deep breath and let the stress go. The retirement industry wants you to believe that you are failing if you do not have 7 figures in your account. But true financial independence is not about a specific number on a computer screen. It is about the relationship between what you have and what you spend. If you can live a joyful and meaningful life on $50,000 a year, then you are wealthier than someone who has $10 million but spends it all on things that bring them no peace. Do not let the fear of inflation or the noise of the news cycle paralyze your decision-making. You have worked hard, you have been disciplined, and you have the most powerful asset of all, which is your ability to adapt. Start looking at your real numbers today with total honesty. Go to the official website and calculate your Social Security benefit. Look at your current savings without judgment or shame and ask yourself how much you really need to be happy and secure. You might discover that the finish line is much closer than you ever imagined. Retirement is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a brand new chapter where you finally own your time. And your time is the most valuable thing you will ever possess. Do not spend it worrying about numbers that were designed to scare you. Invest in your peace of mind and trust the math that supports your freedom. Thank you for spending these 10 minutes with me. I look forward to hearing about your journey and your goals. Please share your thoughts and your own retirement experiences in the comments section below so we can all learn from each other. Remember that you are in control and your future is brighter than the experts want you to believe. Good luck and take care of your future self.